few minutes to get in, but I just finished wiring one of the LED projector headlight turn signals. I just did a video also, it'll be coming out today, on how I figured out how to wire it, but I figured I'd basically show you and then maybe get started on the other side, hang out with you guys for a bit. But it's pretty easy, pretty cool, pretty simple. So anyways, let me just show you how it works, how they look, because I don't really need to show you how I did it because I got a video coming out on that. So let's turn just a turn signal on. So there's the turn signal light. You can see that's the turn signal. Pretty cool. Now let's turn on the running lights. Orange halo, check that out, guys. What do you think of that? We got an orange halo. This is one of the running lights right here. What do you think of that? That looks cool. That is gonna look so cool on this thing once it's orange and blue. I'm not even gonna lie. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat, in the live chat. It's free for everybody. Everybody can do a live chat, no matter how old you are. Just click on live chat, and then you can type your little message. What's up, Alex? And then let me just show you the headlights too while I'm at it. I need to replace this switch. That switch is going out on me. But, oh, look at that. That thing is going to be cool. Everybody's going to recognize this truck going down the road with the orange halo on it. See how this switch, the switch is going bad when you can fool around with it and it gets the lights to turn on. So what have you guys been up to? I got a fresh start on the morning. Very fresh. How did your night go? Night shift went good. We only ended up doing 2 loads. They were doing a temporary on-ramp for I-5 on Portland Ave. And, it was an easy peasy thing. So it was an easy day. We got lucky and it was easy. What are you guys up to though today? Let's see if I can do this without Coley. Don't worry guys, I'm not doing crack. I'm just gonna heat these wires up. And a torch is all I really got because I'm not trying to start a generator to do a heat gun. There's those 2. Torches work pretty good for doing these heat wrap things. Did you ever get power hooked up? Yeah, we got power hooked up. We got power hooked up at our place. But the problem is, Jerry, the power meter is way over there. And so it's like running an extension cord all the way over here is just kind of a pain. So, yeah, I zinged the beard off. It's that time of year, man. So, I just shaved it off because, somebody was copying me anyway, so not much for people copying me, so I shaved it. Let's see, where did that go? What are you guys up to? Sorry, the internet's still kind of sucky out here. Where did that? One second. Oh, there it is. So basically, I just tucked these in. I didn't realize frozen. I just heat shrink those, tuck those in. On these internationals, these things are a real pain to get on and off if you don't have a filter wrench. I'll just say that right now. These things are a real pain. Okay, and you can't really tighten that without one of these bad boys. So you put that on there like that. Boom, just like that. So, on to the next side now. For those of you that are just now joining, let me show you the... Whoa, don't want to dump that out. Let me just show you how I... Well, I can't show you how I wired it, but I got a video coming out today how I wired it. Let me just show you how they look. So, when they're off, that's what they look like. Let's do the turn signal. That's the turn signal. Pretty nice, pretty nice. And then let's turn the running lights on. Ooh, look at that orange halo. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That looks cool. That looks cool. I can't wait, man, until we get this thing painted. It's gonna look so cool. This switch is going out. I need to replace it ASAP. It's getting worse and worse, seems like. Just one of those little things that goes out on these trucks. They got such cheap switches, you know, that's just one of the things. So, I need these and this. Oops. Make sure that's off. Okay, it's off. Don't want to run my battery tester thing dead. So we need these two wires. So I already know how I'm gonna wire everything, so hey honey, you wanna hold this for me? No? Do you wanna hold it? Oh. My wife doesn't want to hold this for me. Makes it kind of a pain. There, I think you guys can see me. So now it's time to hook up this one right here, which is pretty easy. You already got these. That's one thing I love about these lights, is they're so easy. Like, they're basically plug and play, except for the halo and the turn signal function. That's the only part that isn't plug and play, basically. You know. Then you take this one right here. You run it through here. Pull those wires out. Second. Okay, let me just show you how I did that. So this, just threaded it through right where I wanted the wires to come out. And I'll pinch the wires with that. Show you real quick here. One of the most important things about this when you're pulling wires through is you gotta pull this thing back when you're pulling them through, because if you don't, they'll slip out. Pretty sweet, huh? These tools are so handy. It's such a cheap tool, but man, these tools, man, you can't live life without them. If you're ever working on stuff, you drop a nut or a socket or something, that is a must. The magnet ones work good too, but this is by far my favorite one to go to. Here, let's set you guys here again. So I already know which wires I'm cutting. On my International, it's pretty simple. One second, I need to get my razor. It's on the other side of the truck. There it is. I found it. Got to cut a little piece of electrical tape. That's one thing. You got to be careful when you're cutting that. You don't want to cut the insulation. So, what do you guys think of the no beard look? I completely just chopped it off yesterday. I was greasing both trucks, and I got a big chunk of grease on my beard, and I was like, man, I don't want to take time to clean this thing, so I just basically chopped it all off. Now you can see my double chin a little bit better. Alright, let's chop this wire. You look good. Oh, thank you, Jerry. Thank you. I appreciate that. Have you guys ever installed halo projector lights on any of your vehicles? They are by far one of the coolest auto trends, I think, in our generation. The halo projector lights. For some reason, I'm in love with halo lights. They look so cool to me. They just make a vehicle look so much more aggressive, like realistic, you know. I don't know. I just love halo projectors. They are so cool to me. I'll call you back. There. Leo's one of my buddies. I've been dump trucking with that guy ever since I started my business. He's like 85 years old and still runs his own truck. He just has one truck. It's just a solo truck. I give him a lot of work. I keep him pretty busy in the summertime. He's one of those guys, you call him, and no matter what, he's like, yeah, I'm down. I'll do it. You know, those type of people, that generation is just, they're disappearing faster and faster. Let me just tell you. They are disappearing faster and faster. Which is sad because, you know, we need people that are just go-doers, go-getters, you know. So sad that, you know, people are so afraid of failing. That's one of the things that is so sad about our generation is people are so afraid of failing. They don't even give anything a shot, you know. Before I get too crazy, let me put this shrink wrap on, because if I don't, I'll forget it. How many guys are like that? You don't put the shrink wrap on early, you forget to put it on, and you're like, oh man, shrink wrap. Dang it. Happens to me all the time, seems like. Every time I'm doing wiring. Whoops. Dropping the connector. Alright. We're going to have this thing back together real quick, guys. Give me like, I would say 10 minutes probably, tops. We'll have this thing all the way zipped back together. And you guys can see both of the lights with the hood down and everything. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. Come on. Don't do that to me. Dang it, I dropped that stupid connector again. I got butterfingers this morning. Got butterfingers this morning, guys. Let's see, where can I put you guys that you can watch what I'm doing? How about right over here? You'll be looking at the back of my head, but at least you'll be able to see better what I'm doing. So, on this international, basically, red goes to orange, and yellow goes to black for these turn signal halos. Okay, put that on there. Okay, now we'll do the yellow one. No, I'm trying to bend that dang thing. Come on, just go in. Sometimes you gotta talk to these things. There we go. Sometimes twisting it a little bit helps it go on. Okay. Now, this is the tricky part because this shrink wrap is going to be in the way the whole time. Can you guys see what I'm doing here? You guys can see. Looks like, at least, for the most part. One of the trickiest things is doing this. You got to keep constant pressure on that wire. Until she's crimped. You don't want it backing out just a little bit and then you go to do the tug test and it's loose. Yeah, you always do the tug test. If you don't do the tug test, then you don't know if it's tight. For some reason this glove just ripped when I tried to pull it up more. Okay, so now we got this black wire. Let's do this. Let's twist this a little bit. Oh man, dang it. Pulled it out. Doing that. Okay, now, yep, that's tight, perfect. I'll slide this over. That. I should, actually, let's just do this. The real tricky thing when you're doing the shrink wrap, the real tricky thing is these fittings are shrink wrap, and then I have actual shrink wrap right there. You don't want to shrink the tip of that because then you won't be able to get it over the wires. So you got to be very careful. You're very conservative with where you're pointing that tip of that flame. Oh. I shrunk it a little bit. Hopefully it's not too much. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's one of the biggest pain shrink wrap. You go to shrink that and that one shrinks. Looks like I can still get that over. So that's what I'm going to be trying to do right now. Grandpa's not here today. He's at home, or he's probably at church. He always goes to church on Sunday. Another thing you can be careful with too is, I normally go to church on Sunday too, but I've kind of decided until they lift that mask mandate, I'm not going to church. Because I'm not wearing a mask in church. Just, to me, it just feels wrong. Just feels wrong. Let's do this. Keep those small wires away from that. Boom, there we go, guys. Okay, now here comes the reassembly, which is the easy peasy part. I still want. Put that in and twist. And we'll get these wires in here. And I don't know how this got rubbed like that. It just seems so weird. It had to have been rubbing on something, but I can't see what it would have rubbed on. So, I mean, it's not, all it does really is just keep rocks and stuff from hitting the light. And it does a pretty good job of that. Alright, where's that? Okay, so I got this. I was showing everybody earlier, you put these on with the filter wrench. It makes it so much easier. You just gotta line those up. Put your filter wrench on. Ta-da! Just like, oh, I don't know if I got that all the way in there. No, I don't think I got it in there all the way. 1 second. One second, let me take my screwdriver and clean this side out. This side's got some dirt on it. Some asphalt. This asphalt gets on everything, man. Keeps you from doing stuff like this. This asphalt, man, it gets on everything, and it will coat everything on your truck. Okay, now it should go on a lot easier. That actually seemed like it went on too easy. Yep, that's it. Okay. Now, take all my tools down. I normally do this, but I always seem to regret it. Doing everything and then not testing it. Putting there. I see that Junkie is still talking crap about you on the Pierce County Dump Trucker page. Dude can't stop thinking about you. I know, man. I know. That guy, for some reason, he's got a hard on for me. I don't know why, but he does. So, I think it's because I just bought my second super dump with cash. I think that's what pisses him off the most, is how I own all my own stuff and not the bank, you know. Because I just do my business different than him, you know. I don't like being the bank's servant, you know, on everything. I like owning my own stuff. I like having the green paper, you know. Okay, that side's all put back together. All the tools are out of the way. Let's just slowly lift this up so the lights don't pop off and fall down. Okay. Now, the sucky part is I can't really hold you guys. I'm just going to set you kind of like this while I'm putting this light in. Let me get all my stuff first. What all do I need? Yeah, for some people, you know, maybe I'm trolling them somehow. I don't know. Usually, when people are that obsessed over you, it's because you're trolling them some way. I don't know if I'm trolling him. Maybe somebody can tell me I'm trolling him. I don't know. For some reason, he just is obsessed with about what I got going on. And we're not even in the same state. That's what gets me the most. Is like, dude, just come on, man. We're not even in the same state. You know? Maybe that's why he thinks it's okay for him to, you know, I don't understand people. You know, and he's not the only guy that talks crap about me all the time. You know, it's all the people. I'm going to go back and look at that link. I do at Walmart, or they require them. Well, even if they require them, I still don't wear them. I'm not. 1 second. Just stay right there. Don't move. What am I looking for? Oh, here it is. Even if they require masks, I typically don't wear them. Unless they absolutely are like going to kick me out or something. And then I still, most of the time, still don't do it. I'll just tell them I'll take my business somewhere else. That's what I always say. I'll just take my money somewhere else. If you want me to wear a mask. Alright, give me a second here. Let's put this second one in. Okay, we're almost, this one's almost fully back together. Whoa, fitting came off there. Most places don't care down here. Yeah, I mean, and that's the way it should be, you know. In all reality, that's the way it should be, Jerry. You know, mind your own damn business. You know, that's what I always. Why can't people just mind their own business? You know, why do they gotta feel? They gotta get that power trip going where they're like, you need to wear a mask. Like, you know, they're freaking mask Nazis. Like, maybe I don't wear a mask because I don't like breathing into a mask, you know? I don't like that restricting my airflow, you know? And they're like, well, it's not well, maybe to you it's not, but maybe to me it's enough to bother me, you know? So I just tell them, you know, they try and make me wear a mask, I'll take my money somewhere else. There are plenty of people, plenty of businesses out there that don't try to force their Nazi mask laws on you. Okay, that one's all back together. Now, I'm going to move on to this one. And then you guys can see what this bad boy looks like. I'm excited. You guys are going to love this thing, man. It looks so cool. Anybody with an international, man, I'm telling you, buy these headlights, man. It is so worth it. They are just so cool looking. But here's the thing, though, you know. Let me just make sure I say this, too. Don't buy these headlights when you first start your business. I mean, this is something, you know, that once you get going and things are going good, you know, and you got a few extra pennies to spare, then you can blow your money on something stupid like this, you know. Because LED lights don't get you home. Chrome don't get you home. Alright. Yeah, it's so funny, you know. And you know what's the funniest part about those guys on those Facebook groups? Is like 90% of them are just truck drivers. They don't even own their own truck. They're just somebody's employee, which, you know, ain't a bad thing, but it's like, dude, you're in a whole different ball game than me, you know? Just, you know, like, whatever happened to, you know, what was it, Thumper's mom, you know? You can't say something nice and don't say nothing at all, you know? Just keep your comments to yourself, and it'll be better off in the long run for you, you know? That's what a lot of those guys don't understand. They think they're invincible on the computer screen, and then next thing you know, they get fired and they're looking for a job, and all it takes is for a quick little peek at somebody's social media site to know if they're the type of person you want to hire or not, because of the stuff they spew on those things. They think they're invisible. You know, they think they can post whatever they want, whenever they want, and they can get away with saying whatever they want on those sites, you know, without it affecting them at all. Oh yeah. All right, let's turn those halos on. Let's see what this is gonna look so good once it's orange and blue. Oh man, I can already tell. Let's turn those on. Oh man. Oh yeah. Look at that. Dude, I can just see this thing rolled into the quarry or something. Boom! Man, that looks so sexy. Alright, I can't lie. I'm very happy. Very, very happy with the way that turned out. Let's turn on a turn signal. Let's try that side. Let's turn that off. That way we can see if the turn signal's working. Boom. Oh yeah. That looks so good. Let's turn the four-way flashers on just for the heck of it. Let's just turn those on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, what do you guys think? Woo! And that's paid for with cash. With cash, junkie. I know you're watching this. Cash. Oh, that looks so good. Yeah, what do you guys think? Those look so good, man. I've always liked these. This is the same. I think this is almost the exact same. It may be the video, but that doesn't look legal. Looks like white light instead of amber. Here, I'll show you. The turn signal is white, but it's the same as this, see? You only have to have amber on the side of the vehicle. See how this has got this yellow? Same with this. You can have white on the front as your turn signal. A lot of cars, what happens is also their headlights will flash, their whole headlight. Let's see if the headlights, I'm pretty sure they don't flash when the headlights are on. Yeah, see, they don't flash when the headlights are on. Only the turn signal flashes. There we go. Yeah, man, that looks so mean. I'm telling you, in the morning, when that truck pulls into the pit, everybody's gonna be like, oh man, those LEDs are so cool. You know? Or, here's the other thing. There's only a handful of trucks with halos in Washington. There's only a handful of them. Dixon Logging, their dump truck has one. Yeah, it would look sick all murdered out too, all black. It would look pretty cool. Black and chrome. Yeah. I'm definitely behind you on that, Vic. But it just wouldn't go with the whole business color scheme. I mean, everything I got's orange. I mean, everything. You know, both my machine, the dozer isn't orange, but, you know. Man, that looks good. Both dump trucks are orange with the blue accent. This one's going to be the same. Break out the black Krylon. Me and Grandpa are actually 95% almost going to paint the bed ourselves. I think we're going to do the bed ourselves. Because it's really not that hard. You know, all you really have to do is you have to cover that, you know, and then you basically just sand everything real quick with some 60 grit, and then just throw, you know, electric sprayer, and then just brrr, you know, just paint it all, cover the lights, and then you're ready to rock, you know. So, yep, I am very happy with the way that turned out. They just look so futuristic. Now I gotta put my stuff away. And then I basically get to have fun the rest of the day with my kids. Probably take the four-wheeler out. Yeah, we that is all I really wanted to accomplish today after a night shift. I got to put everything back to where it goes. That's one of my biggest things now, is just putting things away and keeping things organized, because organization is productivity. I know for people like me, that is such a hard concept to perfect, you know, because after I'm done with the project, boom, I just want to move on to the next one, you know what I mean? I don't take enough time to put things back to where they belong, keep everything organized, but I've been doing a really good job at keeping this organized. One thing I have done to make my life a little bit easier is I've stopped taking the battery off of this and putting it in this drawer, and I just hang it up like that, because this is like one of my go-to tools. So it's like one of the most used tools in my whole toolbox arsenal. I didn't even use the tester light. I just used the oil filter wrench. You got to have all those oil filter wrench sizes, man. Those things, as much as they seem like a stupid tool to have, trust me, they make your life so much easier. Filter wrenches are one of those tools I kind of deemed as stupid until I started really using them, and then I'm like, man, this is such a smart idea. You know, it's one purpose tool, you know, seem like. So I like tools that can be kind of multi-purpose, you know what I mean? Like a screwdriver, for example. You can use that thing as a chisel, a punch, a screwdriver, a pry bar, you know. Those filter wrenches, they only got really one purpose. And they take up a lot of space, it seems like. What was that comment? How's the new truck running? She's running great. Yeah, I made cash in my pocket. Cash, yeah, I made some cash last night. That sounds almost kind of dirty when you say it like that. So, put these away. Okay. Yeah, this truck, 100% paid for. Everything it made last night basically just was fuel, insurance, and then the rest was maintenance and in my pocket. You know, that's something you cannot beat right there. When you own your trucks 100% like I do on that truck, you're not paying $4, $5, $6 grand a month to a bank. All the money that thing makes is going straight into your pocket. Other than, you know, the basics. You know, insurance and fuel and maintenance. You know. That, a lot of people don't understand the cost of financing, what it does to you and what it does to your business. One of these days, I'm going to have to do a video just on that alone. What people don't realize is how much income potential they're giving up because they're paying a bank that income potential instead of keeping it themselves because they financed. You know, just to give you a basic idea, this truck cost me $4,000 less per month. $4 grand per month less. Think about it. What's 4 times 12? Somebody quick, do a calculator. What's 4 times 12? It's like 30 something. 30, 38,000, 30,000. It's in the 30s, I know that. This truck guaranteed will make 30 something thousand. 48. 48? 28. Everybody's got different numbers here. I thought it was in the 30s. 4,000 times 12. What's that? That's what we're asking everybody. 4,000 times 12. Everybody, quick. Out your calculator. I know your phone's your calculator. So, anyways, it's a lot of money. It's around 30 grand. This truck will make 30. It's 48. Okay. This truck will make $48,000 more per year in my pocket. 48,000. That's almost $50,000. That's what a normal person makes in a year. So when somebody tells you, Oh, I'm going to finance all my trucks. That's what they're giving up every single year to some guy they don't even know in an office building somewhere they'll never see. That's what they don't realize. They don't realize it. You know, that's how I have all this stuff in 4 years. You know, buying that new truck was cool and all, and it was great, but it really didn't boost my income that much because the payment is so large. Once those 5 years are done, or once it's paid off, then that's really going to catapult my income. You know, it put me in a different position because it taught me how to hire employees and stuff. Yeah, 13 trucks times 48,000. Just do 50. Just make it even 50,000. Just think about it. 50,000 times 13. That's over $500,000. I think it's over $500,000. Somebody do the math on that. I mean, that's a no-brainer to me. I mean, that's a lot of money. And that's actual potential. That's not even potential. That's lost revenue. That is 100% lost revenue. 100% lost because you made it and then it had to go back out. You had to pay somebody it. So that is 100% lost revenue. That's why, people like Justin, I don't remember the exact number he says. I'm just going off of what I think I remember. He's like, oh, I make 7% or something like that. He talks like that's a big number. That is so small. Like he's basically making nothing. Because all his money goes out in payments. That's why when COVID happened, he was crapping himself. When the work slowed down, he was crapping himself. I know he was. He was calling people up, hey man, I don't know if I'm gonna make it through this. I don't know if I'm gonna make it through this winter, man. Like I don't know. Now I'm being a dick. I shouldn't be talking like that. But that's what it comes down to. I mean, that's so much lost revenue. Guys, let's see this thing start up. Once she's done clicking, this is a brand new starter right here for you. Boom. Down so you guys can see this. See how many miles on this. We've already put 3,000 miles on this bad boy. Dude, look at that. We got the air alarm going off. It'll come off pretty soon. Look at that oil pressure. There she goes. She just shut off. No smoke coming out that window. Alright, we'll build air about 90 psi. Oh, my wife wants me to honk at her. What? The air horn doesn't work when it's that low? That's interesting. Must only work at, that's kind of weird. Air horn doesn't work at that low air pressure. That seems kind of weird to me. I know it works. I use it all the time. Unless it just went out, which would be kind of weird for an air horn. It's got to have some sort of relay or something, since it's electric. See, once we get above 90, let's see what it does. Let's bring her up to, we're not revving her too high, we're just gonna bring her up a little bit. There we go, now it works. You gotta have 90 psi for this air horn to work. That's kind of weird. There goes my dog. He was after something. $8,000. Holy smokes! Damn, that's a lot of money. That's just in payments in a year. That's lost revenue. That's lost revenue. My wife can't stop looking at me since I shaved my beard. She thinks I'm sexier now. I think I look funky. My chin just seems so short, you know, it's just like, it used to be like down here, and now it's like up here. Alright, let's get in here. It feels so good to be done this early on a weekend. Now I get to have some fun with the kids. Oh, did you guys see my front yard? That's where my front yard is. Shameless plug right there, VANDUYN dump trucking. You guys call me whenever you want. I got a whole bunch of fans that call me. We talk and I, you know, keep tabs on them, see how they're doing. I mean, don't everybody go blowing up my phone, you know, but yeah, not including insurance. The cost of financing. Dude, he is losing so much money that he doesn't even realize it. When he owned his 2 trucks, he was making more take home than when he had 13 trucks from the bank. I mean, that's what he don't realize. He was probably making more take home when he owned his trucks. Of course, I don't know if he ever really owned them. Maybe his parents loaned him the money for both of the trucks. I don't even know. Alright, we're backing her up. There we are, right there. To be done working on this thing. Even though I love doing things like that, you know. That's one of my favorite things to do, is do cool little upgrades, you know, to these trucks. LED projectors. They don't make you any money, but you know. Let's drain this air tank. I drained it last night, but there we go. Now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do the rest of the day with the kids. Probably bounce on a trampoline or something. Go riding in our side by side. I parked that kind of close, didn't I? Maybe I shouldn't have parked it that close. Maybe the driver might. I can't hit it. He probably couldn't hit it. I don't know how he would. Man, those trucks look so good sitting next to each other. Especially when that one's orange with blue fenders and a blue. See, the cool thing about these trucks is they really do look kind of similar. Like if you think about it, like the whole air vent, they look the same. Oh, plus shop rental a month. Yeah, he did. He gave me a short-term cash loan. I'll be paying him back this, you know, probably in a month or two. So, you're right. I shouldn't talk too much smack. But the thing is Grandpa didn't loan me all the money. He didn't loan me at all. That's the difference. That's the difference. I put forth basically like 49% or 48% of the cost or whatever. I could have did the whole thing, you know, but then I would have been paying the guy $6,000 payments, you know, for 4 or 5 months. And Grandpa's like, I'll just give it to you, and then, you know, just pay me back when you want. But that's what happens when you put a new roof on your grandpa's house, you tile his bathroom, you put a brand new kitchen floor in his house, you know, and you give him free wood for life, basically, you know. So did he really give it to me, or did I work for it, in a sense? You know, that's something you also got to think about, you know. I don't tell you guys the things I do for my grandpa because, you know, I'm not out here to brag about all that type of stuff, you know. But I do take care of my grandpa. He definitely, if he ever needed anything, I would be the first one he calls. Not his 2 daughters, not his brother, or anything like that. He'd call me first, you know. Because he knows I can get things done. I take care of them, you know. So you can have a better partner. Yeah. No, you're right about that, Linda. But I always say a partnership is a sinking ship, so I wouldn't recommend going into business with anybody that, you know, at least not long term. I don't think long term partnerships are a good idea because somebody always feels like they're getting the short end of the stick, seems like, you know. Anyways, guys, we've been on here for an hour. Thanks for tuning in. Leave your comments if they're just checking this out afterwards. Tell me what you think of the lights and the smack talk. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.